Let me start by saying, today's topic will apply to those investment property owners that are serious about protection. Now imagine this. What if your rental property burns down tomorrow? Will your landlord insurance rebuild it or leave you underinsured and short by tens of thousands of dollars? Here's what I see all the time with rental property owners and real estate investors. They insure their rental property based on market value, not replacement cost. And when a claim hits, that mistake shows up fast because market value and replacement costs are not the same thing with property insurance. That gap can impact your cash flow, your equity, and your entire rental property portfolio. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to break down market value versus replacement cost, how landlord insurance really works, and how to structure your coverage the right way. So let's get started. Now that we've framed the problem, let's clearly define what is market value in real estate and why it creates confusion in rental property insurance. Let's start here. First, market value is what your rental property would sell for today in your current real estate market. That includes location, land value, supply and demand, and lastly, rental income potential. However, here's the key point for landlords and real estate investors to understand. Market value includes the land, but landlord insurance and dwelling coverage does not include land. To be clear, insurance only covers the structure, not the land. So if your rental property with the land included is worth $180,000 on the market, however, the replacement cost to rebuild the structure might be $250,000, or in some areas even higher. The replacement cost includes the age of the property, along with current labor and material costs. That disconnect between market value and replacement costs is where most landlords make their mistakes with establishing adequate insurance coverage. Now, let's switch gears from market value to what actually drives your landlord insurance coverage, which is replacement cost. As we dig deeper, replacement cost is the amount it takes to rebuild your rental property from the ground up using today's construction costs. That includes construction labor, materials, permits, debris removal, and lastly, code upgrades. Here's the reality. For landlords estimating their rental property insurance, replacement cost is driven by construction costs, not real estate market prices. So even if home values drop in your area, construction costs can still rise due to labor shortages, inflation, or material pricing. However, if the landlord underestimates or cut corners by carrying dwelling coverage too low, they are responsible for the difference out of pocket. Let's level set. We have defined market value versus replacement cost. Now let's talk about the real risk faced by landlords. Most investors insure their rental properties based on purchase price, loan amount, and online estimators like Zillow. But none of those reflect true replacement costs for property insurance. Here's what happens in a claim scenario. If your landlord insurance policy covers $150,000, but the replacement cost to rebuild is $220,000, you're responsible for that $70,000 gap. And guess what? It doesn't stop there. If your policy does not meet insurance to value requirements, which is typically 80% or more, then the insurance company can reduce your claim payout. That's called a coinsurance penalty, and it's one of the biggest hidden risks in rental property insurance. Now let's connect this to a real landlord scenario, so you can see how market value versus replacement cost works when it's set up the right way. I worked with a rental property owner who was building a small portfolio, 3 properties, steady cash flow, and a long-term plan to scale. During our review, we adjusted his landlord insurance from market value to true replacement cost and increased his dwelling coverage with extended replacement cost. About a year later, he had a major kitchen fire in one of his rental properties. Now here's the difference. The replacement cost to rebuild came in higher than expected due to rising construction costs. But because his policy was structured correctly, with proper coverage A and extended replacement costs, the insurance company covered the full rebuild. No out-of-pocket gap, no coinsurance penalty. And most importantly, he was able to restore the property, get it back on the rental market, and keep his cash flow intact. That's what proper rental property insurance is designed to do. It doesn't just protect the property, it protects your investment strategy and your ability to keep growing your portfolio. Now that you see the risk, let's talk about how to structure your rental property insurance the right way. First, insure your rental property based on replacement costs, not market value. Second, review coverage A on your policy, also known as dwelling coverage, and make sure to do this every year because construction costs change annually and you need to make sure your policy keeps up. Third, consider extended replacement cost coverage, typically 25% to 50% above your dwelling limit. For example, if the property value is $500,000, that would make a 50% extended replacement cost of $250,000 for a total of $750,000 of dwelling replacement costs. This provides a buffer if rebuilding costs increase after a loss. And finally, work with an independent insurance agent like myself. who understands rental property insurance, landlord coverage, and real estate portfolio growth. Because as your rental portfolio grows, your risk exposure grows with it. To bring this home, let's look at some practical guidance by using a simple rental property insurance checklist. Here we go. Review your landlord insurance policy and ask, am I insured at true replacement cost? When was my last dwelling coverage update? And do I have extended replacement cost protection? Now let's tie everything together by avoiding this common mistake in real estate investing. By not basing insurance coverage on your purchase price or market value. Your purchase price or the market value is an investment number, but the replacement cost is the protection number. Because in landlord insurance, market value and the protection cost numbers are never the same. Here's the bottom line. At the end of the day, understanding the difference between market value and replacement cost isn't just technical. It's the difference between recovering from a loss or starting over financially. If you're building a rental portfolio, this is one of those foundational decisions that protects everything you're working toward. Now, if this content was helpful, make sure to place a thumbs up in the comment section. This really helps with engagement and assists with pushing out this video to others. Also, word of mouth is good too. So please share this content with someone who may benefit from this topic. Then check out my video library. I have information on home, auto, business, specialty insurance, and retirement. With all this being said, subscribe to my channel and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. But don't stop here. Check out my next video on your left for more insurance and financial tips. And as I like to say, call Jay today.